And beginning the broadcast today, Nebraska farmers and ranchers financially hurting from the COVID-19 pandemic are encouraged to apply for USDA's Coronavirus Food Assistance Program. Also known as CFAP, it provides direct payments to producers negatively impacted by market disruption due to the pandemic. $16 billion is being made available nationwide. Nebraska FSA Outreach Coordinator Bobbie Kriz-Wickham says there's a broad category of eligible commodities.
There's 4 basic categories. So non-specialty crop and wool is a category, and in Nebraska that includes, some of our major crops such as corn, soybeans, grain sorghum, oats and sunflowers, for example. Another category is livestock, and that includes cattle, hogs, and lambs and yearlings. Third category is dairy, and that looks at milk production for the first quarter of 2020. And then the fourth category is specialty crops, and there's a broad list included under specialty crops, many of which wouldn't necessarily be produced in Nebraska, but we would have some maybe that would be able to look at apples and sweet corn and some of those other categories. So a very broad spectrum of commodities for Nebraska in this program. But there is an opportunity. USDA is seeking information if your commodity is not included in the program. If you can show, that you had a 5% or greater decline in prices during this early time period that's been impacted by COVID-19, you can submit that information to USDA and maybe be considered to be included in the program. The other thing I wanted to mention that will be a key thing for eligibility, subject to price risk is a term that is associated with eligibility. And so, that looks at producers had to be subject to price risks as of January 15th and also have ownership in that commodity as of January 15th. And so there's some specific things that we'll be looking at related to contracts and agreements that producers have with buyers that might influence that subject to price risk eligibility question. And we'll be putting out a little bit more guidance on that here soon. We're just encouraging producers to take this opportunity to consider this assistance. We are in unprecedented times here, and it just may be a time period where you need a little extra assistance to help get you through to a point where hopefully markets will correct themselves enough to be able to get the prices that you need to sustain your operation going forward. And so this won't make producers whole, and we recognize that, but we want to provide them as much assistance as we can through this program to help them through this challenging time period.
Once more, the USDA is accepting applications for the Coronavirus Food Assistance Program through August 28th. You can get more information and learn how to apply at farmers.gov/CFAP. And we've got a link to that on the Market Journal website too. You can also call their toll-free number at 877-508-8364.